Hello. Glory to Ukraine. The 271st day of the heroic resistance of the Ukrainian people to a Russian military large-scale invasion continues. The enemy continues armed aggression against our state, does not stop striking industrial facilities. It tries to keep the temporarily captured territories, concentrates its efforts on restraining the actions of the defense forces, implements equipment in the engineering aspect of the defense line, and continues to conduct offensive actions in certain directions, conducts aerial reconnaissance. During the current day, the enemy launched 1 airstrike, 2 missile strikes, and launched more than 10 MLRS attacks on the positions of our troops along the contact line. In the Volyn, Polisia, and Siversky directions, the situation has not changed significantly, and no signs of the formation of offensive groups have been detected. In the border areas of the Bryansk and Kursk regions, the enemy continues to hold separate units of his troops. In the Slobozansky direction, the enemy shelled the areas of Veterinarn, Streleka, Plybok, Staritsa, Ohertseve, Zarabinka, Ambarn, and Dvorikna settlements of the Kharkiv Oblast. In the Kupiansk and Lyman directions, the enemy is conducting a defense, fired from tanks, mortars, barrel and rocket artillery in the areas of settlements, Kotlyarivka, Tabaivka, Pishchain, and Krokmalm of the Kharkiv Oblast, Novoselivsk, Stelmakivka, Ploshenka, and Makiivka in the Luhansk Oblast, and Yampolivka, Torsky, and Berestov in the Donetsk Oblast. In the Bakhmut and Avdiivka areas, the enemy is concentrating its main efforts on conducting offensive operations. In the Novopavlovsk direction, the enemy is actively defending the captured lines, conducts shelling from tanks, mortars, barrel and rocket artillery at objects in the areas of 21 settlements. Among them are Bakhmut, Bakhmutsk, Bilohorivka, Vadiane, Volodar, Soldar, Maersk, Mariinka, and Pervomaysk of the Donetsk Oblast. The enemy is on the defensive in the Zaporizhzhia direction, fired our positions with mortars, barrel artillery, and multiple rocket launchers. Areas of 9 settlements were damaged by enemy artillery fire. In the Kryvyi Rih and Kherson directions, the enemy is creating an echelon defense system, improving fortification equipment and logistical support of advanced units, and not stopping artillery fire at the positions of our troops and settlements on the right bank of the Dnipro River. Directed fire from tanks, mortars, barrel and jet artillery in the areas of Osokarivka, Havrilivka, Milovo, Shlyahov, Vasil, Vysuntsy, Velitinsk, Stanislav, and Kherson settlements. On the temporarily occupied territory of the Autonomous Republic of Crimea, measures of covert mobilization to the ranks of the Russian occupying forces are ongoing. In particular, in the city of Simferopol, on November 19th of this year, a meeting was held with the participation of the so-called heads of law enforcement agencies with representatives of the city administration and heads of village councils. The main issue of this meeting was the non-fulfillment of the determined quantitative indicators of mobilization. In order to solve the mentioned problem, from November 21, 2022, representatives of the so-called military commissariats and the police in the mentioned temporarily occupied territory started handing out summonses for signature. During the current 24 hours, the Ukrainian aviation struck the enemy's concentration area. The units of missile troops and artillery of the defense forces, in turn, hit the control post, the warehouse of fuel and lubricant materials, and the area of concentration of personnel, weapons, and military equipment. I believe in the armed forces. Together we will win. Glory to Ukraine. Let's keep in touch.